Welcome to the Shirley J YouTube channel. Shirley J is an exclusive food products company that specializes in just add water mixes for soups, sauces, and bakery mixes. These products, Shirley J Products, have been tested by master chefs in commercial kitchens all over America for over 30 years. And now these amazing products are available to you and me. Well, today we are with Shirley J Executive Chef Brian.
How you doing?
And he's going to work his magic. Have you ever wanted to turn your kitchen into a pizzeria? Well, he's going to show you how. And we're going to feature two of our Shirley J products, the sourdough bread mix and the Universal Sauce. Where do we start, Brian?
All right, we're going to start talking about the mix here, the bread mix that we use. We use the sourdough mix on this one, and this makes excellent pizza crust. We did a little bit of a thick pizza crust today, but you can make it really thin. You could roll it out to a nice cracker crisp crust, or pretty much any style you want. If you really get that good practice at hand tossing and all those things you always see in the pizzeria, and just have a lot of fun with it.
Well, I think it's a great idea that you've come with the pizza already made, the dough part.
Yes.
In fact, what a cool idea for you and me. We can make up several of these and freeze them.
Yes.
Because this dough freezes really well. What are some other applications of this dough?
The sourdough, you can pretty much do anything with it. You can make it up, and I like to put roasted garlic in it, and sometimes onions, and sometimes just fresh herbs. And then you mix it all in there and bake it off and make little artisan loaves out of it. You can make little tiny loaves or whatever you're really looking for.
Pizza pockets?
You can make pizza pockets.
Breadsticks.
Breadsticks.
Okay.
It's pretty endless. So just whatever you can think of to put on that, what you would put on a nice sourdough bread, you can actually bake it right in or put it on and do whatever you want with it.
So really limited to our imagination, a little water and a little yeast. So very cool. Okay, and so what we are looking at here, I thought I read it was a Vegetarian Alfredo pizza?
Vegetarian Alfredo pizza, and we're going to start with the Universal Sauce, and we're going to show you just how easy it is to make a really great Alfredo sauce.
All right.
We're going to start here by adding our water.
Okay, how much?
That is 4 cups.
All right.
It's 1 cup of the Universal Sauce.
Now, you just dump that in.
I'm just going to dump it right in, because that's the really good thing about this, is you can just do whatever make it however you want. If you want to start with hot water, cold water, I like sometimes just to mix everything together and then take it over to the stove and bring it all up to simmer, and it incorporates just fine. It doesn't lump up on you like flour would, and holds together really nice.
Very neat.
Just going to make sure that's all whisked in.
Okay.
Then we're going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper.
All right.
A teaspoon of garlic powder.
Okay.
And 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese.
Are you a Parmesan cheese purist? I noticed that's the fresh grated.
That is the fresh grated, and it definitely will melt out better than the powder kind that you buy in the little can. The
green can.
Yep, but you can use that as well,
okay.
And you might get a little bit more grit if you do that, but it still tastes just as good. So.
Okay, good.
All right, and then we're going to take this over to the stove, and we're going to heat this up, and we'll be right back, and I'll show you how to put this pizza together, and
okay.
We'll go from there.
Okay, well, sure simple so far, wasn't it? Let's see what we do now.
All righty.
Well, Brian, it sure doesn't take you long to make that Alfredo sauce.
No, it doesn't. Just a few minutes is all. You just bring it up to a simmer, and you're ready to go.
Okay, very good. Now, we want to remind you that this pizza crust is pre-baked.
Yes.
Yep? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the good part about that is you can, like we were talking about before, you can just do a lot at the same time and just have them ready to go.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to start with this. And now this is a vegetarian pizza, and it's really great about this is you can just use whatever you have in the refrigerator.
I think this is a really fun way to get your kids to eat vegetables.
Yeah, definitely. You put anything on pizza and it helps them to eat it.
Oh, yes.
All right, we're going to start by just putting a little of this Alfredo sauce on this pizza dough. We're just going to spread it around with the back of the spoon. And it just really depends on how much sauce that you like to put on it. You can really load it up and just get it nice and thick with sauce, or you can put it on really thin if you're not wanting a really strong sauce on there.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and put this back here.
You ready?
Alrighty. And then we're going to do the cheese layer.
And that is?
This is mozzarella cheese.
Okay. And you've got what? It looks like 3 or 4 cups shredded
About
there.
3 cups, yes.
Ooh, you can't have too much cheese.
And you really can't, no.
Mm-mm. No, yum yum. Okay.
All right, so when we get our cheese on there and just kind of bring it out to the edge, just kind of leave as much crust as you like. I personally like the crust, but I know my kids, they like as little crust as possible.
Okay.
And then let's just start putting on ingredients. You can help me if you like.
I would love to do that. Gosh, we've got red pepper, we've got tomato. You're doing
broccoli.
Don't forget, if you're going to use fresh broccoli, use the crowns, break them into little bite-sized pieces, and blanch them for
about 30 seconds is all. Yes.
Okay.
So what do you have there? You got the tomatoes?
I do. And we blanch broccoli to preserve the color,
and
that pretty green color.
Especially when you're going to bake it off like this, it's going to keep the broccoli from turning black on you.
Okay. Do you use Roma tomatoes?
I usually always use Roma tomatoes just because there's less liquid in them, and you just get more of the meat.
Okay.
All right, and I've got some red bell peppers here, and you can load it up as much as you like, or just pretty much just play around whatever works for you. Okay. I've also got some yellow squash here I'm going to put on there. And squash and broccoli are some of the things you don't always think to put on pizza, but they really, really add good flavor.
Oh, and what a pretty color combination. The green of the summer squash with the red, the yellow of the summer squash with the green broccoli and the red. Very nice.
And we get some red onion on there.
You could throw some black olives on here.
Black olives, just pretty much whatever you have in the refrigerator or your pantry.
Oh, you know, that's what we always say about Shirley J Products. They give new life to leftovers. Freedom!
And the good thing about this whole pizza is everything that you make from this pizza can be found in your pantry.
Right.
So
I love that. And let's take just a half a second to talk about the variations that we can come up with Shirley J Products if we're turning the kitchen into a pizzeria. Like, for instance, what would you do with the barbecue sauce mix?
With the barbecue sauce mix, you could take the same dough that we have, and it's really popular and it's rightly so because it's so good, is you make a barbecue chicken pizza.
Ooh.
And with that, if you have any leftover chicken, you make up some of this barbecue sauce mix, just add a little water to that, smear that out there. I like to use yellow cheese on that, but you can use the white or whatever you have. Good. And then just a little leftover chicken, or if you have a chicken breast, cook it off and shred it up and just put it on there.
Yum.
If you have any onions or olives or anything else you want to add onto that works too.
Okay, and then what about the red sauce pizza fans?
Red sauce. If you're really a fan of the red sauce, we have the pizza pasta seasoning that you just add to a little bit of either stewed tomatoes or crushed tomatoes. You can add it for pizza. Is really good with tomato paste.
Ooh, yum.
And you just add a little bit of that to there and smear it around, and it's the best pizza sauce you've ever tasted.
We call that pizza pasta perfecto because it is so good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is really neat. Let's bake this then for how long?
You're going to bake this where the crust is already made. We're going to bake this probably about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven. Okay. At about 400 degrees. Basically, all you're looking for is for the cheese, because it's underneath all the vegetables. You want the cheese to start melting. Okay. And as soon as that's melted, you're good to go. Okay, and you know, I would sprinkle the rest of this cheese on top. Let's do it. You just can't have enough cheese. There you go. Go crazy with the cheese. And I guess if I didn't have mozzarella, I could use what? You could use any kind of cheese. Yeah, cheddar, any Monterey Jack cheese. Provolone, anything that you had. Sometimes if you have some of the deli slices of cheese left over, you can just lay those right on out too. Folks, do you see how easy this is? We've got a so-so cook and a master cook here, and you know, the full spectrum of experience, and yet I could do this. And you could do this, because with Shirley J, what do? Just add water, a little bit of yeast for the dough, and a little bit of quick cook on the stove, and away we go. I think we'd have to try really hard to ruin. I don't think you could ruin it. No, it's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for being with Brian and me. And we, as you can see, we fixed the Vegetarian Alfredo pizza. You try this recipe. You'll find it on our website, www.shirleyj.com. Find out for yourself how good this is. And until we meet again, happy cooking.